I'm going to stop introducing legislation because apparently what I introduce is so outrageous. It's going to do all kinds of things that I had no idea it was going to do. I vowed before this session that I wasn't introducing any more legislation on animals. I'm done. It wears me out. I introduced a bill on dog fighting. Passed overwhelming. Introduced a bill on cockfighting because the law enforcement agency begged me to do these things. Passed overwhelming. Introduced a bill on bestiality, which according to most people, humans having sex with animals is not a good idea. This bill was vilified in the Ways and Means community because of bestiality. Because the bill that we introduced on bestiality had a different meaning in eastern Oregon or rural Oregon than urban Oregon. And there had to be all kinds of changes made because of that. We did the research, good representative from Heppner. We made the bills tougher on bestiality. I introduced this bill. That's why you won't say I didn't take a lead on any other bill because it wears me out. Call me soft, I don't care. Call me weak, I don't care. When I was a little boy, my mother apparently would stand in the window of a kitchen in Falls Church, Virginia, as she watched her middle son with his little animal graveyard. He didn't understand it under a chestnut tree. He buried a little frog, he buried a little bird. He didn't understand what was going on, and that individual was named Peter. I eat meat. I ate chicken, I ate fish. I'm not trying to shut down any animal food industry. I never have and never will. This bill was introduced because in the front page of the Oregonian in January, there was a little situation in Brooks, Oregon, which happens to be in the middle of my Senate district. 149 dogs were in such condition they couldn't walk. They had to carry every one of them out of a shed or a barn up there. 3 of them are gone. As a result of the veterinarian school at the Oregon at Oregon State other volunteer, they're bringing the others back. I could have put pictures here on the floor and let you look at the pictures of those animals. The only thing I can equate it to is when the Allied forces came in to the Holocaust camps and the condition of those humans. All I'm trying to do here is allow law enforcement. They couldn't go in up there because these people who have these rescue places, they don't have to register. There's no regulation. So probable cause isn't enough to say, some neighbors to say we heard some dogs crying and screaming in terrible pain. Doesn't get the job done. But they subject to inspection, they could have gone in up there much sooner. You know, all I can say is this. The thing that amazes me here, this bill does not change the definition of animal abuse. It doesn't do it one bit. Sheriffs from rural counties like the bill because right now they have to go out and get some of those animals, keep some of those animals, and then go through an incredible lien process if they're even going to get any of the money back unless they can get individuals and organizations to come and take their hands off their hands, and they can do it much quicker. It adds that to the law. You know, I just don't get it. I do not get this. The last time I checked, there are 36 counties in Oregon, in my Oregon. Every county has a DA and a sheriff. And every last time I checked, the DAs are elected by the people of that county. They're elected by the people of that county. And most of the DAs I know grew up in those counties. They know something about the culture of husbandry and cattle because that's where they come from. So many of these situations they've raised to make it sound so horrible, they're questions of fact. They're questions of fact. I do not see these DAs, I do not see these sheriffs deciding to wipe out some industry because of this little bill. I'm not going to apologize for this bill. I am not going to apologize for this bill. You vote on it as you will. This bill came out of a catastrophic situation. I don't want it going on in Brooks. I don't want it going on in Hood River. I don't want it going on in Pendleton. I don't want it going on in Coos Bay. I don't want it going on in Eugene. And I don't want it going on in Portland. The last thing is amazing, and I'm not going to quote this to you. There is outside this building 9 flags that precede all of the flags for 50 states. Go right out that door, go that way, and step outside. Those 9 flags represent the 9 flags of our first people, the Indian people. If you study Indian culture, and I'm not an expert, and you view how they view the animal, which feeds them, transports them, clothes them, provides them tools and nourishment and recreation, they revere the animal. They're in partnership with the animal. You know, I'm fond of saying, animals have treated me a whole lot better than humans. When I was 70 years old, I stood right out there and I gave little clippets, what's it like to be 70, the questions would be asked of me. And one of my little statements was, I'm so old now, humans, be good to the animals. Animals, stay away from the humans. I'm not ashamed of this bill. This is not some disastrous piece of legislation that's going to shut down the cattle industry or the farming industry. I am not a veterinarian. I am not a veterinarian. I don't own a farm. I don't own a ranch. All I know is I did not make them write this letter from the Oregon Veterinarian Medical Association. I didn't make them write the letter. I didn't make them write it. Large animals, small animals, veterinarians, they support the bill. I did not make the Farming Bureau say they were neutral. I didn't do it. Don't accuse me of that. I didn't get the dairymen and women to say they're also going to live with the bill. I didn't force anybody. I didn't beat anybody over the head. You know, I'm done. This is taking too much out of me. But I'm not going to apologize for my little graveyard. I'm not apologizing now, and I'm not apologizing no more. And I tell you, I got some good friends in this business. The Native Americans, the Indians. Vote on this as how you will. This is not a monster. This is a statement about humane treatment of animals. Humane treatment of animals. That's all it is. That and nothing more. Thank you, Madam President, for allowing me to make my closing remarks.